The 36th law of power. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. And I think the best example for this is, have you ever asked a girl out and then she says no and you're like, fair. And then you ignore her. You know, you might talk to her friend, she might see you with another girl, and then immediately she's like, you know what? Why didn't we ever give this a try? Why didn't we ever, start things up? Why didn't we ever go on a date? And I mean, it's a classic trope that you see in the movies, but at the same time, it is so real. Like, the best thing you can do when you're told no is just say, all right, that's fine, and then just go on your way. Just ignore it. Just don't give power to whatever it is that's in your way, because when you fixate on a problem, when you think about it all day, what you're telling your subconscious, what you're telling your mind is that this problem is important. This problem is something that needs to be solved. This problem is something that if I don't get out of the way right now, like, my life is going to crumble. And when we get into a cycle like this, it's hard to get out of, because I think our minds, they want to solve the problem. They want to get rid of the things that are in our way, and the more we think about it, the more we stress out, the more anxious we become. And because we're becoming anxious for this problem, we've escalated from like a level 1 problem to a level 1,000 problem, and it's like, this is the wrong way to do it. So what I want you to understand is, like, when something's not going your way, you just got to ignore it. If you can't right now make a change, if you can't right now solve that problem, if you just have to wait, if you just have to, wait and see, and in some sense that you can't do anything, like, you just got to ignore it. And this power is something that we need to start really taking advantage of, because we all too often give our time to people. We all too often give our energy and our thoughts and our presence, and it's like, if somebody isn't giving you the answer you want, if a girl doesn't want to be in your life, if she doesn't want you to be in her life, like, just ignore them. That's always the best option. It's always the best thing. And I think that's the most applicable answer, at least to my audience or example. But it really goes to show that, like, when you think about something, when you make a big deal about something, this is always going to escalate in your own head, and all you're going to do is psych yourself out. All you're going to do is get yourself all worked up and, get all angry and get all frustrated, and, in the grand scheme of things, the problem's probably not that big of a deal. So unless it's really a critical issue, unless it's really something that's going to hinder the rest of your life, like, you just got to let it go. Just understand that life is so long. Well, in certain senses, it's so long. Like, there's so many things that are going to pop up on a daily basis. There's always going to be a next issue. There's always going to be a next thing that goes wrong, and you just have to go with the flow of things. If something happens and it's out of your favor, it's out of your control, don't worry about it. Don't fixate on it. Don't get all worked up, because the only thing you can control in this world is your own mind. And if you can control your own mind, you can control your own reality. And day after day after day, I see myself, I see my friends, I see the people around me slowly losing control of their reality. And I feel like I'm starting to get better at controlling it, and as I'm starting to get better at controlling it, my life just keeps getting better. And it just keeps getting easier, and things just keep falling into place. And it's all because I can control what I fixate on. It's all because I understand that a no just means I have to seek out an opportunity. A no just means one door closed, but that means another door open. And if you could start seeing life like this, if you could just start seeing your time and your energy as your most valuable asset, and really dictate where that goes to, and understand that if you fixate on something, that thing will start to grow in your mind, and that thing will start to become, it might start at the size of an ant, but then it's King Kong by the time you just keep thinking about it and keep fixating on it and keep getting stressed about it and keep getting anxious and keep getting nervous. Like, it's a destructive process, and we need to understand that this is how our brain works, and it's such a powerful tool that we can start to basically grasp and take advantage of. So I think this is a law that you really should start applying into your life. Again, I'll leave a link in the description to this book. Tremendous book. I love that Robert Greene uses great examples of people throughout history. I feel like most of the books that come out in the past 50 years or past 10 years, they just use pure statistics. They're like, well, this one study said this, so it proves this hypothesis, but it's like, you can't encapsulate everything in data. You can't encapsulate everything in a study. I mean, you can try, but there's always going to be something missing, and there's always going to be an exceptional person that defies all logic, that defies all studies, that defies all preconceived notions, and I want to be one of those people. So I try to model my life off of these people, and if you also want to be exceptional, if you also don't conform to the societal norms, like, this book is full of people, it's full of lessons, and I think it's a great place to start. If you really haven't read anything, I think this is a tremendous book for you to start with, because it's fun, it's interesting, and it's a new perspective that you probably haven't taken to the power dynamics of the world. So thank you so much for making this far. I will catch you in the next one. And real quick, if you didn't see it in one of my last videos, thank you so much for letting this channel hit 500 subscribers. It is unreal to me. I created this channel basically just for me to talk about books I read and really just get better on camera, but it's turned into its own thing, so it's really cool to see that, and it's awesome to see the support. So thank you so much, and yeah, peace out.